Hey there, this is Clay with modernlove.life, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to get your ex to value your relationship again. Now, this can be really difficult because obviously your ex left your relationship, and so there was at least some part of them that thought, hey, I'm better out of this relationship than I am in this relationship. And so in order to get them to change their mind, we need to start to think about okay, what is it actually going to take to change their mind? And so this is where we need to start. We need to start by showing them that they aren't walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place. That's the first thing. We need to do this. So many people don't do this. They overlook or just gloss over the problems, the challenges, things that led to the breakup. I mean, sure, maybe in those initial stages, they begged and pleaded and promised up and down that things would be different and all of that. I think we've all been there. It's okay if you've been there, but I think we've all been there. However, after that, we start to say, okay, this isn't working. Let's look on the internet and see what can work. And that's when people start learning about things like the no contact rule, radio silence, reverse psychology, mind games, all that sort of stuff. These kinds of things, let's just say they might get you better results than begging and pleading, but probably not much better results. The truth is that when you start going into the mind games, the reverse psychology stuff, you're kind of overlooking the fact that your ex needs to see that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place. We can't just gloss over this. We can't just pretend that it didn't happen. We have to demonstrate this to them. And notice I said the word demonstrate, not tell them, but demonstrate. We need to show them through our actions that whatever wasn't working in the relationship has been resolved. In whatever way that means. If you weren't showing enough attention to them, you need to start, paying attention to them in a, grounded sort of way, not in sort of a desperate, needy, try-hard sort of way, but in kind of a grounded kind of way where you can actually create an emotional connection with them, like we've talked about in many of our previous videos. What we really want to do is we want to demonstrate that they're not walking back into the same relationship. This is absolutely critical, absolutely key, okay? The second thing that you want to do is you want to connect with them. You want to actually show them that, okay, we can not be in the same relationship before. That's awesome. It doesn't mean I want to go out of my way to be with you, right? Okay, maybe let's just say you cheated on me. Okay, you're not going to cheat anymore. I get it. You're totally faithful. But okay, why would I want to go back together with you? That's great that you got the whole cheating thing under control, but hey, give me something else to work with here, right? That's where we want to actually go in and form an emotional connection. This is where we actually want to show them that we can connect with them on an emotional level in a way that's empathetic, understanding, acknowledges them and their humanity, where they're at emotionally, what they want, all of this sorts of things, right? We've talked about, especially in the last couple videos, how your ex is a human being too, right? They're not just some person up on a pedestal choosing if they're going to be in a relationship with us or not. They're not this perfect person. They're a human being who has their own fears, insecurities, anxieties, doubts, who's just trying to make their way through this overwhelmingly confusing thing called life, just like we are. And if we can connect with them on that emotional level, like we've talked about in the past, then they're going to feel seen and heard. And that's going to give them a good nudge towards actually wanting to be together with us again, especially if we combine that with showing them that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place. Now, the third thing that you want to do, by the way, if you like this video, please make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. It does help us out. And also, please make sure that you are signed up for our email newsletter over at modernlove.life/newsletter. There's a link for it down in the description box below as well. But we send you a nice little report that goes over a few common misconceptions that people have about getting back together with their ex, like the no contact rule, mind games, reverse psychology, playing hard to get, all that sort of stuff. We pull those apart and explain to you why those really don't help a lot of the time and what you might want to possibly think about doing instead, at least what's worked really well for our clients anyway. It's totally free. We send you the report. We also send you tips, advice, and strategies to help you connect better with your ex. Anyway, once again, that is below in the description box and over at modernlove.life/newsletter. Anyway, the third thing that you need to do to get your ex to value your relationship is to raise your own value. Now, what do I mean by this? This can kind of get into some like weird, Darwinian stuff where it's like, okay, if you're a dude and you want to raise your value, you got to make like $1 million a year. You got to be like jacked. You got to be like the alpha male and stuff. And if you want to raise your value as a woman, you got to like lose 1 million pounds and have like hundreds of guys like lusting after you and all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? I mean, that could be if that's what your idea of value is, but that's not what I'm talking about. When I say you need to raise your own value, I'm saying you need to get clear on what your values are. Whatever they are, they're going to be unique for you. They're not going to be the same as my values. They're not going to be the same as someone else's values. But I want you to get clear on what your values are, and I want you to start living into those values hard, okay? Live into those hard. If there's a part of you that's out of alignment with what you claim to value, it's going to make you look lower value. Now, why is this important? Now, obviously, as you continue to live into your values, you're going to become a more interesting person. If there's these things that are important to you that you're putting off for someday, but you're actually starting to do them now, like starting that business, maybe planning, traveling the world. I know it's a little bit weird right now because it's 2021, kind of, pandemic and all that. I don't know if you're watching this from some utopic place in the future where everything's open up again and we can all travel and be cool and be more or less than 6 feet apart and all that stuff. But it is 2021. You may not be able to travel right now, but at least you can plan it. Maybe that means doing something else. Maybe that means, starting up a certain foundation or adopting a dog or buying a house or something like that that's important and meaningful for you. Live into these values, whatever they are. And that's going to make you a more interesting person, for sure. But it's also going to make you more aligned with what is important to you, which is going to make you feel better, cause you to come across in a more charismatic and impassioned sort of way, and cause you to be a much more interesting person, a more connected person, and a more alive person in general, too. And you know what they say? The one thing about attractive people, the one common denominator that they have is that they seem to be going somewhere in life. So the question is, are you going somewhere in life? That's not to say you need to like go and become like some sort of, super famous person or anything like that, unless you want to, but are you living into your values? That's what I mean by going somewhere. Are you doing something meaningful for you in your life? If not, now is the time to do that. If you can do these things, if you can show your ex that they're not walking back into the same relationship they walked out of, if you can connect with them on an emotional level, and you can, raise your own value, that is what you need to do to get them to value your relationship. Now, we need to actually raise our value because every time we're asking someone to be in a relationship with us, we're saying like, hey, here I am, here is my life. Do you want in on this? And we have to take an honest look at our life. Is that something that your ex would want in on? If it's not, then again, time to rearrange your life so that you're in alignment with your values. And if you're in alignment with your values and they still don't want in on your life, then hey, that's cool. Maybe they're just not the right person for you. Obviously, the right person would see you living into your values and say, that's an amazing person right there. I want to be in a relationship with them. You wouldn't have to mute yourself or dampen yourself or turn your own volume down in order to be in a relationship with the right person. So go ahead, live your values, do things that are meaningful to you, bring yourself into alignment with what you truly want for yourself and your life. And that's really all you got to do in addition to connecting with your ex and showing them that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of. Once again, this is Clay with modernlove.life. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll talk to you next time. Please take care.